Oh, hey, welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am Dr. Cush. That's Ernie. Ernie's awake now. Listen, we have a party to get to. I have an event coming up this week where I have been tasked with creating a cocktail. We're not going above and beyond outside of the reaches of normal cocktails. I want something I can explain to people. The name of the party is the Unknowable Universe. And so I am creating a Saturn, but we're going to do it in interesting ways. We're just going to change one aspect of it, and it's going to become a whole new thing. So you saw earlier this week, if you didn't catch it, you should go back and watch our Tuesday show where I made this. This is some... My goodness, my family is currently in a text thing. We're just going to turn everybody off. We made this right here. This is some passion fruit syrup. It's meant for large batches. Today, we are going to be testing the carbonation in this Saturn. So, some of you may have a soda stream at home. Some of you may have another brand of soda stream at home. That's not how we do it here at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks, but it will be a very similar situation. So get ready. That's basically the long and the short of it. Get ready. All right. Sit down. I don't know if you were standing and watching the show. Now's the time. Have a seat. We got some stuff to talk about. Watch these intros or just single intro, and we'll be right back. Well, we're going to watch that intro one more time. Otherwise, who knows who I am. Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. All right, before we get too deep into carbonation and what carbonation does to a cocktail, carbonic acid, and how it interacts with things like citrus, how it interacts with things like spice and bitter, let's say hello to the people. Let me say hello here to Shawnee Vandenbaker. May have been a tad early, but he did muddle that like button, and that's what's important. And it seems like there was a race to get to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks tonight. Shawnee won. Cocktail Lulu, Melanie came in second. But that's 3 likes right there. So we're doing good. We're doing good. Tiki Tom asked a question. Now, Tiki Tom, I'll be very honest with you. Probably better to ask the chat this question. I have never used a soda stream. That is not how I've carbonated anything. I am an old school. I am what some would call an odd duck. When it comes to this, I learned on a different system, and I'm not interested in learning a new system. I'm also not interested in spending $150 on a new system when I think I bought my last system for, I think this whole system probably cost me $100 at one point. And then you got to replenish the CO2. I'll show you the system here in a second. Maybe you guys have seen it before. So if anybody has any advice to give Tiki Tom about a drink mate, he's looking for it. I don't know anything about a drink mate. Here's somebody that might know about a drink mate. This is Matty Peters. Matty Peters, the inventor of Ernie. Good to see you, Matt. Bootopia is here. Let's get this party started. Bootopia, allergic to full words. I just learned that he has some sort of disease. Allergic to full words. Will not do it. Party. If he just put the T and a Y instead of this dash, it would have been the same amount of typing. Plus, he didn't have to capitalize T. Allergic to them. That's how it works. Tiki Court, good to see you. Always a pleasure to see our good friend Tiki Court, the button maker. Roger G is here. Good to see you, Roger G. Oh, Roger's got something. I have used a Soda Stream, not the other one. That's just saying something. Didn't help, but it honestly makes you guys a tribe now. Now you're the Soda Stream tribe. Amy Salmon is here. Good to see you. Chris is here as well. They're watching on one account. Love to see that. Love to see Chris and Amy hanging out. Who else we got in here? Wants to know. Oh, Matt's working for the census. Wants to know where everybody's at. It's important. Moose. Oh, dang it, Moose. You weren't here last time, so I forgot to do all the things. 1 second, Moose. I got you. Just give it a second. Here we go. Moose. There he is. There we go. Good to see you, Moose. Kyle Tender is here. Very excited about Thursday for some reason. Kyle loves it. Pismo to AC. Greetings from Scottsdale. Hey, we got Arizona people. Love that. I'm an Arizona people. Not so much anymore, but used to be. Oh, hey, Fandom Flavors. Hey. I was going to make an announcement tonight. If you guys don't know who Fandom Flavors is, this is our good friend, Frank, from what used to be Low Carb Cocktail. He believes he's covered it all. I have no idea how deep no to low carb cocktail world is. He says he did it, and I believe him. So he's moving on to Fandom Flavors. Go check him out. I'm very excited to see what our good friend Frank is going to be doing in his new adventures. We love to see people staking out, putting a little bet on themselves. Yeah, he used to be from Low Carb Cocktail Guy. Now he is Fandom Flavors. Go check him out. Seems like a ton of fun. Kill Devil Clark. This is Chuck, I believe. What's up, Chuck? Who else we got in here? Oh, this guy. We're not going to do that. That's it. That's what we got. Okay. We got East Coast represented. We got Indiana representative. Who else do we got? We got a lot of people. We're spread out across the world. Mostly here in Norway. That's mostly where people watch. The United States and Norway. That's turns out, though, most of my views, and this is odd, and I don't know why, come from India. Probably not great. Okay, let's get into it. We are making a cocktail this weekend, and it has to be a large format cocktail. This is what I did for a long time. I was the king of the large format cocktails, and so when I have the opportunity to jump back into my kingdom, consider me a lion in a jungle where lions don't live, but you know, king of the lion will still be the king of the jungle whether he lives there or not. I don't live in bars. I don't exist there anymore. Still a lion when it comes to making these drinks. A bit of a mixed metaphor. We'll get into it. What do we need? I'll show you what we need. We're gonna do the old school, this guy. Boom, bang, boom, pow. This is a CO2 tank. I think I got this CO2 tank for $60 at one point. Then you can refill with the CO2. Thing works great. It has always worked extra great, and that's why I continue to use this and have not moved on to soda streams. Plus, with a soda stream, you can really only do a bottle size of drinks. We're going to get into how a large format carbonated drink you can do at your home soon works, but this will also do small format. So we need that. We also need, oh, dang, I lost it right before we started, and then I said I'm not going to lose again. This guy right here. This is an adapter. This little adapter adapts onto the most important part. It looks like garbage. It is not garbage. We cannot judge everything by its cover. This right here. It looks like garbage. You can find these anywhere, and mostly you find them in garbage. This is what we're going to be carbonating in. It is a 2 liter of soda that I have emptied out. It used to be root beer. If you guys, if there's ever a pop quiz, what's Dr. Cush's favorite soda? It's root beer. How come? No caffeine. Dr. Cush doesn't deal with caffeine. So I'm trying to drink as much Dr. Pepper before I go to sleep tonight, just to test that theory. Anyway, what we've done is we've taken this and we've just crushed it. Then we need all the ingredients, right? So for this, we are going to be reusing our passion fruit syrup. I have some orgeat. right here, I have some lemon juice right there, looking good. I have some gin, and I have some falernum. That's what it is. Now, since we're making a Saturn, I will give you the Saturn's recipe. It's very simple. It's a step down. So 1.5, it's 1.25 to 1.5 ounces of some gin. It is 3/4 of an ounce of the lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of some passion fruit syrup. Better if it is passion fruit syrup than if it is a pink passion fruit liqueur like a Passoa, and better if it is homemade. When you're making it homemade, you can adjust how much water you put into it and it will adjust well. We also need, and this is Jay Popo, the guy that created this, his name is Jay Popo. Jay Popo decided to put 2 different Tiki syrups in here, one of them being orgeat and one of them being falernum. Yes, those exist outside of the Tiki world, but specifically we use them a lot in Tiki drinks. So those are the ingredients, the things we have to worry about. Let's get into worries first. Always better to worry first. There is spices that exist in things like falernum. There is citrus that exists in things like the lemon juice, obviously. Mostly lemon juice, mostly citrus. We have to worry about carbonic acid mixing in with those. Now, I have never, ever even tried to carbonate a set. Is that true? Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I haven't done it in years, at least. So we're going to do a little bit of trying, a little bit of testing to see what amount of carbonic acid we need to put in there, how much PSI we're going to be throwing in there, and how much that's going to bring out the bitter flavors. When the carbonic acid mixes with things like bitters, it brings out those flavors, and the same thing with citrus. It'll bring out a more intense citrus. So I think the first thing we got to do is make the drink. So let's get into it. Got these ready to go. Oh, repping my friends at, right there, in Idra, Greece. This is the Pirate Bar in Idra, Greece. If you ever get a chance to make it to Greece, highly recommend. It's like a 45-minute ferry from Athens, well, south of Athens, down to Idra. Go to the Pirate Bar. It's where Leonard Cohen used to hang out. Very, very cool. Let's make this normal and see how much of how much carbonating will affect this cocktail. So 3/4 of an ounce of some lemon juice. We're gonna never got over the cold. Still rocking that that lung infection. We're gonna throw in 1/2 ounce of some orgeat. I thought for a while that we'd be able to do orgeat today too. I don't think we're gonna get to orgeat today. We'll talk about orgeat on Saturday. 3/4 of an ounce of some falernum. This is John D. Taylor falernum. 1/2 ounce of that. Let's put everything away. Be a respectful bartender. Put away all of our bottles. Move them to where that never had its on. We need 3/4 of an ounce of our homemade passion fruit syrup. And is that bar? No, that is not the bar that made Jen's favorite drink. That could never be a bar that I recommend. It is called Clumsy's. It is delicious. Hurt my feelings, but that's what we got. Okay, now we need some gin. We're gonna be doing this because we are a home bar and we have a bit of an advantage over major bars, over big bars. We can use a 175. So we're gonna use this nice, easy, cheap Amsterdam gin in the 175 because we can. It's cheaper. It's a better way to do it, and you're not allowed to use these in regular bars for some reason. We need 1.5 ounces of some London Dry gin. All right, when it gets to it, more vitamin C, D3, K2, and zinc. Yes. If I have any more zinc, I'm just going to turn into half metal. I can't take any more zinc at this point. Okay, this is a big part of carbonation. There's a few things that are going to factor into it. One of them is going to be how thin our ingredients are. Now, obviously, the passion fruit syrup is going to have the passion fruit chunkules that are still living in there. That is going to slow down our carbonation. All right, that's okay. This doesn't need to be fizzy like it's a Coca-Cola freshly opened on a summer day. It doesn't need to be that. The other thing that's going to make a major difference is carbonic acid attaching itself to all the ingredients. The thing that's going to create those bonds better is a cold drink. So we don't want to pour this into our big 2-liter squishy thing, bottle, the word I was looking for, bottle, before we chill it. Adding the ice to this first and giving this a big shake-a before we add it into our bottle is going to alleviate both of those problems. It's going to add some water to it, which is going to thin the drink out a little bit, and it is going to make it cold, which is going to make the carbon fit into the little molecules. Somebody else can explain the science. I just know how it works. So go ahead and throw this right in here. Best gin for people to learn that gin does not have to taste like Christmas cheese. Is it this one or is it another one? Is it the Amsterdam? Well, that's good. I think Amsterdam's just fine. Someone told me that bars can't use handles because of tax laws. That's exactly what it is. It is a tax law. That's astute, Chuck. It is a tax law. You're not allowed to use it because of taxing. More importantly, though, it's going to be the distribution system that the United States uses. After Prohibition, we lost our mines. During Prohibition, mines completely gone. Then we got them back for a second and lost them again. We have separated the distributors from the manufacturers to the sellers. And if you are doing the 175s, it becomes a whole issue with how that gets to it. So, we'll do the history. Well, you know what? We'll do the history of Prohibition at some point. But for the most part, yes, you can't use 175s, even though they're much cheaper because of stupid taxes. Give this a big old shake. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice and cold. Really cold. So shake, Cam. Really cold. Gotta get really cold here. Until your hands start to freeze. Yes, hashtag gloves. Thank you, Kyle. Hashtag gloves. Another instance where gloves could have saved my myself just a couple seconds. Right here, you can see how very cold this is. That's what we're looking for. We want a lot of ice here on the side. We want a very, very chilly drink. We don't want any ice in here, so we're going to use our, oh dang. Hey, Kyle, if you got a second, can I get a funnel? Even think about a funnel. In the meanwhile, while Kyle's finding a funnel, I'm just going to show you this again. This is just a normal bottle that I have really squeezed down there. And then eventually, it'll pop back up. But we don't want to pour the drink into it when it's nice, or when it's fat. I want to pour the drink into it when it is nice and squishy. I've been to some amazing bars in the world. Yeah, give it a push. Yeah. I've been to some amazing bars in the world. I'll take the little one. I'll take them both just in case. Thanks, buddy. Kyle's showing off his gloves. I've been to some amazing bars in the world. One of my favorites is a bar called Bar Contra. It's Dave Arnold's bar. It's in New York. It's spectacular. They use this method for like 6 of the drinks on their menu. That shows me that even Dave Arnold, the king of bar science, loves this little method. We're going to pour this straight through here. All the way in, keeping it very cold. Really getting all the little bits and bobs in there. And there we go. That, my friends, is our cocktail. Now, if you were to be doing this on a soda stream, you'd be smart. It'd be a smart way to do it. You're only making one, and that's the way to do it. But since we're not, we're doing it my old school method. We're going to take our little adapter here, and this just screws right on here. Where do I buy this? I feel like I say this, and people don't believe me. I believe that every town in America has a brew store. There's just 2 retired old men, one of them cranky. There's got to be a cranky one, and there has to be a good-spirited but nerdy one, right? Those are the 2 dudes. They find each other in every town after they've retired, and they say, you know what we're going to do? We're going to open up a homebrew store where we can get all the hipsters to make their beer at home. We, men like me, flock to those places. That's what we like to see. But I have rarely been in a town, maybe a city, maybe every city has one, where they will have this. Now, this is not a great setup. Let's do a little adjusting. Let's move my Dr. Pepper first. Put this down here. See if we can't get a little mise en scene in here. Did I start the rain? I did. I started the rain somehow. Let's see. I saw somebody over here. Seems like a 5-gallon Cornelius Keg would be cleaner. A 5-gallon Cornelius Keg is what we'll be using on the day of. But in order to get a 5-gallon Cornelius Keg to get the right PSI, to get as much carbon in there, I'd have to make this drink a lot bigger. And since I am experimenting with this drink currently, we're doing small amounts. Obviously, once you get it correct, then throwing it into the Cornelius Keg would be the best way to get that going. So we're going to take our little, this is our little guy right here, just attaches right there. Oh, and we're open. Oh my gosh. Okay. Started too fast. Let me get let me make sure that's definitely off before I start. Close that. Release that. Perfect. There we go. All right. Well, it's got some stuff in there already. We're going to give this a shake. All right. Normally, what don't you do to carbonated liquids? You don't shake them. How come? Because it makes the carbon interact with stuff and it makes more carbon dioxide. But that's what we want in here. So since it's already going, we're gonna shake this and we start to see that it starts to collapse just a little bit as that carbonic acid goes into our cocktail. Where's the, oh, that one. This one. Just give it a big shake. Okay, we're gonna take this off. We're gonna do this a couple times. We want it until it makes that really fun sound. Squeeze this again. Get that going on here. All right, and let's carbonate again. Okay, good. Now, let's carbonate it. Turn on. Righty, tighty. Tighty would be off, so lefty, loosey. Okay. We're going to lefty, loosey this. Righty, tighty that. Now we got a nice full. Give that another shake. This is how we're going to carbonate this. It's very cold to the touch. It's frosty on the outsides. It used to say root beer right here. Just moments ago. We're going to shake, shake, shake until we start to see that there are some good bubbles in here. We are currently, in case anybody wants to know what we're at, we're putting this in at about 15 PSI. For these small ones, that's what we want when we're actually carbonating it. Oh, did you hear that? That's what we like to hear. Ooh, oh, did you see that? One sec. Oh, yeah, look at all that good carbon coming out of there. Woo! To be very honest, I don't know if that's carbon or not. I don't know what that is coming out, but it's something, and that's what we want. We're going to do it one more time to get the right amount of carbonation going. Click that on. and lefty loosey. And righty tighty. Nice and tough. Shake that, shake that, shake that. And after 3 little goes, we should, in theory, have a carbonated cocktail. It's already 6:30, so we might have to hustle this around. All right, I'm going to throw this over a cube of ice. See how we did. Now, what we are looking for in this particular experiment, shake it like a Polaroid picture, says Chuck. That's exactly what we did. Shook it like a Polaroid picture. Hopefully, it's not of something weird that we didn't want to see that picture. Polaroid pictures can be dangerous. We're going to throw this over 1 cube of ice. We don't want to over water this. More water. If we add more water to this later, we will start to dilute this. So we're going to use one of these large cubes. We're going to give this a, put it right here. See if we can get the sound. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Oh, baby. All right, when I shake this, you start to see that there are definitely bubbles forming on here. Could I carbonate this a little bit more? Absolutely. You can do anything a little bit more. Right? I believe that that's, I think Samuel Longhorn Clement said that. We're going to pour this over 1 large cube of ice. Get those bubbles rocking to the top. We got some bubbles going through. We may have undercarbonated this a touch, but gotta try. So this right here, a carbonated Saturn normal recipe, touch extra gin, but basically a normal recipe, and now it is carbonated. Let's see how we did. Smells like it. Okay. All right. All right. It's good. It's good. It's good. It has an issue. And that issue is that it tastes very much like lemon soda. How come? Because the lemon, for whatever science reason you want to talk about, go watch, who told me about The Art of Drink? I think somebody on the last show said, go to watch The Art of Drink. Go ask him. I don't know. I don't know why it attaches to lemon. I don't know why it attaches to bitter, but we're getting a very lemony situation, which was what I thought would happen. Gosh, it's really good though. What we're missing is the syrup. That's not really coming through in this one. The gin is working really well. The 2 sweets, personally, if you're asking me, and I think you probably are at this point, you're at home and you're thinking, I only have one question. Cush, if you were making this in a bar, would you do both orgeat and falernum? Probably not. If I was making this quick, I would forego the falernum and do a little bit extra orgeat, maybe add some bitters to the end. But for the most part, really nice. Okay. Should we just redo it? I'm just going to redo it. We're going to use what we got. Since we've already taken a bunch of stuff out, we're just going to reuse the same drink. We're just going to be a little cheap here. Pour this back in. Spill almost nothing on the bar. Not nothing, but almost nothing. Yes, Chucky says, how much more gin did you use? 1 1/4 standard. That is true. 1 1/4 is the standard. I use 1 1/2. When we carbonate things, we're adding an extra flavor. I want to taste the gin in this. So that's where we're at. I only took a couple sips, so I'm going to add maybe another, we're going to add a 1/2 ounce of the, now this is going to go in and it's not going to be as easy to integrate because it's not going to be cold, but it's not going to be warm either. We're going to add another 1/2 ounce of our syrup, which is going to screw up my recipe that I have sort of mapped out, but I can remember. And about another 1/4 ounce of our orgeat. I want that sweet to come through. We got to balance out the lemon. Got to go to this camera because it's too tall. Balance out that lemon. And I think we'll have a better product. Again, if you're not carbonating it, follow the regular recipe. If you are carbonating it, you got to adjust. Turn this to the right side. You got to adjust. Lemon and bitters are the two things. I do not recommend, if your cocktail calls for bitters, I do not recommend putting it into a carbonating vessel. It's just going to make those bitters too bitter, and you really can't undo that without really going big on other ingredients. With lemon, I can. So let's just hit this with a touch more of this lefty-loosey. Let's move this so that it looks nice. Lefty-loosey, here we go. And righty-tighty. Take that off. Give it a big shake. Yeah, so all together, Bon, right now, I have 1.5 ounces of gin. I have 1 1/4 ounces of the passion fruit syrup. I think that maybe my passion fruit syrup is a little weak. So taste it as you go. My passion fruit syrup just isn't as passion fruity as I want. When I make it again, I might add just a touch more passion fruit. And I added a bit more orgeat to counteract because the orgeat is a very thick syrup, and that's going to counteract our lemon. Give this a big old shake. There we go. Start to feel it. Get it down here. Oh, that's the shot we want right there. Then open it up. There we go. That's what we want. Oh, and look at all those bubbles now. So many more bubbles. Let's hit it one more time, and I think we have ourselves a winner. The big thing to take away from this is, otherwise I'm gonna explode the whole world. The big thing to take away from this is carbon dioxide and carbonic acid. I love that look. This looks so cool. When it comes out, you pour that right into a drink. Carbonic acid has a flavor, and so it is going to affect your cocktail. So you have to adjust for the carbonic acid. Let's hit this with a little lefty-loosey. For those of us who, let me answer this question. For those of us who don't like gin, is there something you'd substitute? Maybe an agricole or a clarin. Both of those would be spectacular. And the good news is, Roger, you get to rename that cocktail. The gin is what Jay Popo said we needed to put in here, and that makes it a Saturn. If you put in a clarin or any other sort of grassy liquor, maybe even an aquavit, I think you will find that this will do really well. You want to go crazy? I'm not going to suggest it. You can put Malort in here as well. Maybe not Jepson's Malort, but find another Malort. There we go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and lefty-loosey this. There we go. Give it a good lefty-loosey. And we have it. Give this a big old shake right there. I was, I don't have it right here with me. Dang. I was given a Christmas present this year, which is the history of Malort. I don't know where it is. It's the history of Malort. I'm learning all about the history of Malort. And it does make me interested in trying Malort again. Not that interested, but it is interesting to learn the history of it. Basically, I'll give you guys the cliff notes of it. Kind of a lovable loser that didn't want to go into law school, but ended up going to law school. He did end up going into the liquor industry, and he found this, he was in Chicago, and he found this, just this like, was he Swedish? Just a Swedish dude. And his name was Carl Jepsen. And Carl's like, hey, in Sweden, we drink this stuff. He said, great. Anyway, he did some bad things. This lovable loser did some bad things, and he lost all of his liquor sale or his liquor brands, except for Jepson's Malort. And then he decided to find a way to make it big. Still gross. Okay, open this up. That's what we want. All those bubbles, teeny tiny bubbles, come to the top. Let's see how we fixed it. Yes. You can see, oh gosh, I wish the cameras were just a little better because there's a lot of little bubbles traveling up there. That is what it do. All right, let's give it a spin, give it a taste. Oh, give it a taste up here. I need a second opinion. Kyle, I need your opinion on this. Kyle will be assisting me at this event. And so I think Kyle's going to need to... Claren, I'm thinking renaming it Ring Around Uranus. Yes, I think you know, Uranus does have rings. It just because Saturn is the one that has the popular rings doesn't mean that Uranus doesn't have it. Okay, Kyle, give that a taste. What we're looking for, Kyle, is we're looking for fizziness. We're looking for it not to just taste like lemon. We want to find some of that gin. I think we might bump the gin up a touch. But also like the tropicalness of it with the bubbly. So you just give that a... Kyle making a real weird face like he's going to steal the cocktail. I'm going to need it back though because I got to finish the show. I'll make you one later. Okay. Kyle, who will be my assistant in this. Kyle, oh, that's a, okay. Love it. And it's a bubbly. Great. We did it. You good? See you, buddy. Okay. My initial theory was correct. In order to make this, I probably didn't need to add the, I probably, if I could redo this whole thing and it wasn't already quarter till, this would be how I would make it in this particular system, right? I would do 1.5 ounces of gin, maybe 1.25 ounces of gin. I would be putting in 1 ounce of passion fruit, 3/4 ounce of lemon. I would do 1/2 ounce of our, or I do 3/4 ounce of the orgeat, and I would do 1/2 ounce of falernum. That seems to be the golden ratio if you're going to be adding carbonic acid. If not, you're going to find that drink to be way too sweet. But just like we say, I think I use this example all the time. If you've ever had a Coca-Cola that went flat and you drink and you're like, this just tastes like sugar water, where normally it tastes like a health drink with all those bubbles. It tastes like it's got that little bitterness to it. Maybe is that kale in there? No, it's the exact same thing, but all you're adding is the carbonic acid, and that is going to give it its bitter flavor. If any of you took my punch class, I mentioned that adding carbonic acid can replace bitters in a lot of cocktails. So 1 of sour, 2 of sweet, 3 of strong, 4 of weak, and a little spice to make it all nice. Carbonic acid can do that. So you have to adjust the rest of the drink in order to make that work. That's what I got for you. Yeah, I knew I wasn't gonna have time to make a orgeat. Either way, come back on Friday. We are going to be making this large batch cocktail. Sorry, not Friday, Saturday. Saturday, 6 p.m. We're going to be making it in the Cornelius Keg. I'm going to show you how much easier it is to make a large batch cocktail than it is to make a single cocktail. There's a lot more leeway with it, and how I set up my Cornelius Keg. In case any of you guys decide it's time, I have to host huge parties and make carbonated drinks. I've taken apart Cornelius kegs and put them back together so that they work, and I'll show you exactly how that works, and we will get that done on Saturday. So substituting my Lord is a sign that we really did lose our minds after Prohibition. Yeah, Malort is disgusting. Malort is gross. To be totally honest, I did have some Malort over Christmas. My brother-in-law, John, had never had it. and we found a tiny bottle, and we each took a shot. We split a 50 milliliters, so we each had 25 milliliters. And I still feel like I taste it. That stuff is really gross. Yuck. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for showing up to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'll see you back here on Saturday, where we will make the large format Saturn. It should be enough for 50 to 60 people, and we will carbonate it live on air. Now that I say it out loud, doesn't sound that interesting. Until next time, guys, what do we always say? We say, that's, of course, dolphin for
Bye!
For goodbye.
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga?
We'll find him.
Bye!